Hey guys, welcome back. Just gonna make my Cajun chicken pasta tonight. I've got everything lined up, so I'm just gonna go through a quick overview of everything we're gonna need. We've got, start with the olive oil and butter in the pan. We have our chicken, our Cajun seasoning of course. We have minced garlic, broccoli, a rainbow of peppers. For the pasta, I'm using medium shells tonight. I got a big pan back there for that. For the sauce, we're going to use the chicken broth, a white wine, and the heavy cream. For the white wine, I like to use a Pinot Grigio. Doesn't really matter the brand, whatever tastes best. And so, to cook it all in, we have our big old Alright, and real quick, I just want to show about how thick I cut the peppers. It's all your own preference, but I like this one so they cook a little more evenly when you got the broccoli florets in with them. And yeah, we're going to move on to the chicken and then we're going to start cooking. Okay, so here are our broccoli florets all cut up and ready to go. We have about 1 tablespoon of butter cut ready to go. We're going to use about a tablespoon and a half of olive oil. I don't really measure it. And then here's our chicken all diced up, ready to get seasoned. But first, we have to turn the skillet to high. Here we go. Let that start heating up. We're going to season up the chicken. And then we're going to add in the oil and butter to the pan. My Cajun seasoning all ready to go. And a liberal amount. Yep. Got myself my Pampered Chef tongs ready to toss. Start mixing that up. This is actually my second pair of Pampered Chef tongs. My first pair lasted me 10 years. So I'm going to say it was worth the investment. That was a little expensive. 10 years. I say they were worth it. Right, so everything looks nice and coated. Going to add the oil and butter into the pan. So, olive oil. Okay, it's probably closer to, yeah, that's probably closer to 2 or 3. And butter, just gonna slide that. Oh, that's satisfying. Time to grab the chicken, and we're gonna dump it all in. Okay. Just gonna get that chicken as flat out, even across the pan as I can. Hi, I'm Kelly, by the way. Don't want to waste any of my seasoning here. Don't want to waste any of the seasoning. And there it is, just sizzling away. I'm going to let it cook for about a couple minutes before I flip it over. It should be a nice golden brown when I flip it. Alright, so we got the chicken cooking. We got some nice blackened pieces in here. Olive oil and the butter. Been cooking for a couple minutes on one side and I already gave it a flip. I thought I was recording that. Apparently I wasn't. We'll see how much I lost. Whoops daisies. And I've got my Cajun seasoning on my veggies. Already tossed that up. I will work on an actual setup so we don't have these whoopsies, hopefully. And yeah, we're getting ready to finish up the chicken in just a minute. Okay. This is ready. Go here. Alright. Chicken is done. We'll pour that out with all the oils. Right into this big bowl. Just a little bit seasoning. Okay. So now we're going to add more olive oil to the pan. Probably about another 2-ish tablespoons. Another tablespoon of butter. There we go. We are all done with the butter, so that can go away. Butter is in. Just gonna pull this out of the way. My water getting knocked over, it's fine. Alright, so we have our garlic, minced garlic. You can use whole clove and mince it yourself. I'm just lazy. I got a 4-month-old. Two big heaping scoops of that garlic. Stir it all around. And then it's time to add our veggies. Oops, broccoli down. Okay. Just trying to get everything coated in that butter and oil mix. I may lose a couple pieces of veg. It'll cook down. Don't worry. It'll cook down. Veggies always cook down. I make pretty big batches of this because it's great as leftovers. My husband takes it to work during the week. Make another dinner out of it. Get a couple solid meals out of this. Okay. So alright, just trying to get the veggies blackened on all sides. I got a little distracted earlier, and I forgot to mention that when you drop the garlic in, you want to stir it around real fast and not just let it sit for a minute, because otherwise you'll get some burnt garlic because the pan's so hot, and burnt garlic just gets real bitter and nasty. Yeah, the ADHD kitchen's not a joke. It's, I got it bad some days. Every day. Alright. Gonna keep letting that cook down. Once it cooks down, we're just gonna dump it in the same bowl we put the chicken in and let it sit, because then we're gonna make the sauce in this pan. One pot wonder. Mostly. Okay. So the veggies are done. I'm just going to dump that and any liquid right into. Whoop. Get those veggies out. There we go. Now that's just going to go back onto the high heat still. And now this is where you can just start doing wherever you want. You can do wherever you want the whole thing. But me, I like a lot of sauce. So I'm going to deglaze the pan with the entire container of chicken broth. Market Basket, a New England favorite. White wine. It's all right. I don't know. 3/4 of a cup, maybe? Call it a cup. Alright, so we're just going to let that reduce down, bring it to a nice little boil. And give this a stir. Try and use it to deglaze everything off the pan. There we go. Okay. That's all right. I'm going to reduce this down by a fairly good amount. Probably down about this level. I'll show you. I want to get it nice and, I don't want to say salty, but there should be a nice salt flavor So we're going to add in heavy cream to it when we're done with this part. Get that wine all cooked off and get that chicken broth reduced down. And there we go. It's starting to come to a nice little boil. Just going to let that simmer, simmer, simmer away. Alright, so this is reduced down nicely. It's got a nice little salty chicken flavor. And it is ready to add our heavy cream to. Again, I like a lot of sauce. So I will be adding the entire container of heavy cream. There we go. Stir that around. Oh, it's a beautiful color. And we are still on the high heat for now. We will be turning it down soon, but for now we're still on the high heat. So we are going to add just a little dash of some cayenne. Just a little, because we still have all the oils from the chicken and veggies that we cooked. We're going to add those in a minute, and those are spicy enough, so we don't want to add too much cayenne unless you want that level of heat. I do like heat, but I did put a lot of cayenne into my Cajun seasoning, so I don't want to overdo it for me. Alright, stir that in. Alright, so we're going to let this come to a little bit of a boil. Then we're going to turn it down a smidge and add in the oils from our veggies and chicken. Almost forgot what I was doing there for a second. ADHD kicking in again. Just coming to a slight boil. Yeah, I'm going to add this in and then show you. There we go. Okay, back. Woo! I'll turn that down a little quicker. Whoopsie daisies. A little bit of a boil there. Give it a stir. Stir that up. So we turned it down to about medium. Those oils are key because they have a lot of flavor in them. So you gotta let that cook into the sauce. Alright, so we just have it covered now. It's going to simmer away a little bit. Just want to keep an eye on it to make sure it doesn't boil over like we almost did a minute ago. And yeah, I'm going to come back, keep stirring it. Turning it down to low for now. Keep it covered and just let it simmer. Let it cook and boil for a little bit. it starts to get this nice, almost cheesy flavor. So I'm just gonna let that simmer for a little bit. There we go. It's a pretty pattern. So that was just boiling, covered. I stirred it a couple times, but it was about 7 minutes. I let it boil. I actually timed it this time. I thought ahead. So it's just gonna sit on a simmer. I might turn it up just a scotch. I don't trust what the dial says. I trust what the flame looks like on my stove. I had a weird ass dream that I was back on an electric stove, like my childhood electric stove with the coils and everything. It was really weird, and I was not pleased that I was back on an electric. Not gonna lie. Okay, so this has been simmering for another 5-6 minutes. I'm gonna turn it back down to actual low. Now it's time to start boiling the water for the pasta. I've already filled up my pot. I'm gonna get that turned on to high so it boils, and then we can get the pasta in. And yes, I will be salting the pasta water just a little bit. So I switched them around on the burners. Why? To give you guys a better view in the upcoming parts with the pasta going into the sauce? No! No, I didn't think that far ahead. I just thought, that burner's better than this burner, and I'm impatient to get this boiling. Alright, so this water is coming to a boil. So I'm going to just get a little sea salt in there. And I'm going to add in our shells, another Market Basket brand. Fun fact, I made it onto the news during the Market Basket strike / boycott at one of the rallies. I have the videos hiding somewhere on one of my main accounts, so I can find that if anyone's interested in it. Give this sauce a quick stir. Oh, that smells good. It's just sitting on low to simmer on this smaller burner. I've got one good burner on this stove, and it's the one that the pasta's on right now. So, depending on what I'm doing, stuff gets moved around a lot on my stove. Yep, cheesy somehow. Love it. So I just par cook the pasta, and I let it finish cooking in the sauce so it absorbs all that goodness. Another minute, I think. And add those shells in. Here we go. Stir. Dun, 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 dun. That there. that's just going to cook a couple more minutes, and I'm going to add the chicken and the veggies in and let it cook for another minute or two after that. All right, got our big bowl of chicken and veggies that's been sitting, waiting patiently. Just going to add that in. There we go. Put that there for convenience. And I'm going to need 2 hands for this. Oh, it's beautiful. So that's just going to cook covered for another 2 minutes or so, just to make sure everything's blended in together, and then we can serve it up and have some dinner. All right, we are good. Put that on my pile. Do another quick stir. And we can just get a couple big old scoops here. Nice mix of veg, chicken, some pastas in there hiding. A little more pasta there. There we go. Turn that off so it doesn't burn. There we go. Here we have some Cajun chicken pasta. Kelly style. Alright, so let's give it a taste. It's gonna be burning hot. It's got a nice spice to it. The veggies are pretty soft. The broccoli has a little bit of a crunch into it, but the peppers are pretty soft. I like it like that. So if you don't like it like that, I'd cook it a little less than I did. I don't know how long I cooked it for. I forgot to track that part. Oops. It's good. I mean, it's always good. It's Cajun chicken pasta. How can it be wrong? Alright. Thanks for watching. This is what I actually look like. And I'm going to see about what I'm going to cook next time. If anyone has any preferences, let me know. I can look up recipes. I can figure stuff out. Other than that, I'm not sure. We'll find out what I'm making next. Okay, bye guys!